What's up guys, Sleepy Jirachi here, and today we are going to do custom moves Super Duper Deluxe Row 4. Now, I try to power through these relatively quickly than the previous episodes. We are now on Fox. Neutral Blaster number 2 is Impact Blaster, slower lasers that deal damage and knock opponents back. Side Special number 2 is Fox Burst. The dash itself deals no damage, but an explosion occurs where you stop. Up Special number 2 is Flying Fox, sends you flying high into the air at high speed, but deals no damage. And down special number 2 is Big Reflector, a larger reflective shield that doesn't power up reflected projectiles. So we are going to try them out. Okay, so that one doesn't deal damage, but it will do the damage once you hit the end point. I'm trying to get it timed right. So if you're like running around, you're like, damn son. Like that. Up special, you just shoot up, no fire, and basically no damage. Down special is a bigger reflector. I guess it does some stuff. It seems to draw projectiles in if you're close enough, or push them out if you're far enough. I thought it pushed them out. Maybe... Oh, you know what? How that works? I think behind pushes in, forward pushes out. And then the neutral special is this blaster, which is, I guess, slower but stronger. And now we're going to do number 3. It's just quicker, you know. I don't want to spend, like, all your time. If you want to see someone's moves, you want to see someone's moves. Number 3 for standard special is Charge Up to a single fire charge blaster. Powerful laser, it's slow but deals a lot of damage. Number 3 for side special is Dash in the air at an angle. When it hits, it sends the opponent flying. It's called Wolf's Flash, and it's essentially the same move as Wolf's Side B from Brawl. Up special number 2 flying, Twisting Fox. Spin to pull opponents in, then rise into the air, hitting multiple times on the way. And down special number 3 is Amplifying Reflector. Sends projectiles back with twice the speed and power, but it takes longer to activate. So there's that. It's kind of like Fox, and he also has a Fox skin, so maybe they tried to recreate Fox here. They have this blaster. Much stronger. The new reflector is smaller, but a little bit better. It has that little animation turn. And then there's this move, which is actually really neato. It looks a lot cooler than his fire move, in my opinion. And it also does pretty good knockback damage, stuff like that. I'm a fan. And that's that. That is all Fox's moves. Now we're going to move on to Falco. Falco, hey. Alright, neutral special, standard special, sorry. Number 2 is Explosive Blaster. Fires a shot that slows down as it travels and explodes just before it stops. Side special number 2 is Falco Phase. You can't be hit while dashing, but the moves don't hit opponents either. Up special number 2 is Fast Firebird. Same as Firebird, but you can dash instantly. Don't go as far, though. And down special number 2 is a Cellar Reflector. Only reflects when moving forward, but sends them back stronger than normal. Alright, the side special you do not hit. You purely phase. There is no hit here. The up special is more instant. Also does a little bit of damage, but it's much faster. This one only deflects projectiles when it's moving forward. On its way back, it seems to turn off, in case you can't tell. And the neutral special is just this blow-up blast thing. Pretty weak, but it's alright. It's alright, you know. Now we're going to do number 3. Number 3 for the standard special is Burst Blaster. Number 3 for the side special is Falco Charge. Number 3 for the up special is Distant Firebird. Number 3 for the down special is Reflector Void. Let's try those out. I didn't read what they do. I'll do that real quick. Burst Blaster fires faster shots, but the power and range are decreased. Falco Charge, a shorter dash that hits much harder at the beginning of the move. Distant Firebird takes longer to charge, but flies farther and hits enemies harder. And Reflector Void destroys shots rather than reflecting them. The reflector itself does more damage. So it's more of like a hitting move, that last one. So there, we got some of that. This one actually does like knockback and shit. And deflect. It's like you're throwing an item and then catching it again. That's pretty neat. The side special, much harder hitting. And the up special is a little bit longer, but also does more damage in the long run. Pretty neato indeed. Now we are going to take a look at number 3 on the 4th row. That happens to be Pikachu. I have 2 custom Pikachus already. The specials, number 2 is Thunder Wave. The ball of electricity paralyzes foes but does less damage, as if it was a real move. The real move, Thunder Wave. Number 2 for side special is Shocking Skull Bash, a flying headbutt that deals multiple hits. The last hit has added launch power. Number 2 for up special is Meteor Quick Attack, a quick attack with a meteor effect, potent at the start and when changing direction. And then down special, number 2 is Thunder Burst, an electrical burst around you that sends opponents flying. That up special is pretty neat, if I do say so myself. Here's Thunder Wave. It just paralyzes rather than does a lot of damage. This move I personally like, does a lot here. And if you hit them right at the end... Well, a little bit... Hold on. We got this. There you go. A little bit of launch power at the end. We got this move, which I personally think is 10 times better than the Thunder. It's like he thunders himself. You can actually see the thundercloud if you do it in the air. I really like that move. Does a lot of damage. And then, of course, this move. And the up special has the meteoric effect, which we can't really test on Sandbag. But if you jump in the air and go back and forth, you're basically hitting people into the ground, which is pretty neat-o, if you ask me. Now we're going to try the 3rd set of moves. Number 3 for the standard special is Thunder Shock. Shoot a ball of electricity horizontally, triggers a small blast as it disappears. Number 3 for the side special is Heavy Skull Bash. Dive sideways, deals more damage if it hits near the start of an attack. Number 3 for the up special is Quick Feet. Doesn't move twice, but moves much farther than Pikachu's other up specials. And down special number 3 is Distant Thunder. A thundercloud will appear higher up, deals more damage near the cloud. Now that's pretty hard to hit. But I guess, I don't know. Alright, here we go. That move, it's just a heavier Skull Bash. We got the Thunder going on. You can't really see the cloud, but it is much higher up. We also have this, which goes much farther, but is also only 1. And what else we got? We got this move, which is actually more like a ball. It just kind of shoots a ball straight out. But that's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting. It's a ball. It goes straight out. That's awesome. Like, wow, balls, insane. And now we're going to try Charizard. Charizard, number 6. I do already have a custom Charizard as well. We are going to be looking at his specials. His standard special, number 2, is Fire Fang. His side special, number 2, is Blast Burn. His up special, number 2, is Rising Cyclone. And his down special, number 2, is Sinking Skull. Now, Fire Fang, a short-range fire-breathing attack, hits quickly and continuously to rack up damage. Blast Burn, slower but more explosive than Flare Blitz, deals more damage to both you and your foes. Rising Cyclone, the movement distance is reduced, but it sucks in enemies and launches them. And Sinking Skull, pound an opponent into the ground where they'll be stuck for a little while. Now, okay, here we go. Bang, you can see he still almost holds the rock, but that should bury opponents in the ground. Blast Burn is much more powerful, but I believe it does more damage to Charizard overall. Fire Fang is like a cheap cutout of a move, but it's pretty cool if I do say so myself. And then you have the up special, which is Rising Cyclone stuff. Blast Burn is probably one of the coolest moves he has. Now we're going to try his 3rd set of moves. Cutie. Number 3 is Fireball Cannon. Fires distinct balls of fire that travel far but do less damage than Flamethrower. Number 3 for side special is Dragon Rush. Less powerful than Flare Blitz, but you don't take damage when using it. Number 3 for up special is Fly High. Your flight distance is increased, but you don't deal any damage. And number 3 for down special is Rock Hurl. Similar to Rock Smash, the rock shards fly higher, but they cause less damage. Now, when it says fly higher, it actually means they fly upwards, which is pretty interesting. It's like a projectile that goes up. Not a lot of people have that. That move's pretty interesting, but it sticks you into 3, and you can't get out of it, so you're basically frozen doing that. This move will not do any damage to Charizard while also having the Flare Blast deflect without burning. Flare Blast, Burn Blast, Flare Blitz. What I wish is you could turn it up like Meta Knights can, but it's still pretty cool. The up special won't do any damage, but it will fly. And then the down smash, you actually shoot rocks upwards. Pretty powerful and pretty good for throwing opponents into the air here. And then, of course, this one. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting how it locks you into 3. And if you continue to hold it, I didn't show you this, but if you continue to hold it, it will continue to go. Now, obviously, if you can trap an opponent in there, that'd be great. But if you don't, then you're probably going to get screwed over. If you're in a free-for-all and you're not hitting all 3, then someone's going to come from behind and hit you. Now we are going to try Lucario. Lucario's second neutral standard special is Snaring Aura Saphir. Charge a slow-moving energy ball that draws opponents in and damages them. Side special number 2 is Advancing Force Palm. Dash forward while using Force Palm. If it doesn't connect, you're left open to attacks. Number 2 for up special is Ride the Wind. Fly through the air longer, but slower than extreme speed, doesn't do damage. And down special number 2 is Glancing Counter. Dodge to avoid taking damage and then immediately strike with a strong punch. I mean, it draws them in a little bit, but it's extremely, extremely slow. The dashing Force Palm is pretty cool, so if you're like a distance away and you're running up and you're like, BAM! But it does take a little time. This counter seems to hit even if you don't counter, so you really just dodge and then hit. You can miss with the Force Palm, apparently, and the up special is pretty interesting, actually. He goes really far, and you can glide anywhere you want. Like, woo! I'm flying! Flying Lucario! Lucario learned to fly. Holy shit, dude. And then, let's see here. We are going to do his third set of moves in a second. Boop, we're back and we're going to do his third set of moves, Piercing Aura Sphere. Sorry. Charge a faster, weaker energy ball that passes through foes. Side special number 3 is Long Distance Force Bomb. A Force Bomb attack with more range but less damage. Up special number 3 is Extreme Speed Attack. Leaves you vulnerable at the start but sends opponents flying at any point during the dash. And down special number 3 is Stunning Double Team. A counter move that can paralyze your opponent if timed correctly. Alright, neutral special move, passes through opponents and goes extremely quickly, does less damage. Longer distance Force Palm can hit from more of a distance. Obviously, that's what longer distance means. Up special won't go as far, but does a little more damage and a little faster, it seems. And down special wouldn't work on Sandbag, but if someone tries to hit you during that time, you will paralyze them. And that's that. That is his third set of moves. Now we are going to try Greninja. Nope, Jigglypuff. I do not have a custom Jigglypuff, but I do like using Jigglypuff with the nurse hat. I love it. I love it. We're going to look at her specials. Neutral special number 2 is Relentless Rollout, an unstoppable rolling attack that keeps going after bumping into enemies. Side special number 2 is Sideways Pound. Stomp enemies with your adorable feet and launch them sideways. Your adorable feet. Up special number 2 is Hyper Voice, a funky tune that sends opponents reeling backwards if they get too close. And down special number 2 is Leaping Rest, a well-earned nap with added altitude. No one will disturb you all the way up there. That's interesting. Let's try it out. Alright, normal special, we should hit through opponents so you can continue. It's kind of like Yoshi's egg thing. Side special? That's not her adorable feet, but whatever. Down special, you fly up in the air! It's almost like a recovery, holy shit! Damn, son! And then the up special is Hyper Voice. That's nice. That's nice. That's awesome. That's a neat moveset we got there. Number 3 for standard special is Raging Roll, a rolling attack that can't be turned around when fully charged and has serious power. Side special number 3 is Pound Blitz, a lunging strike that sends you sliding across the ground, can hit multiple times. Up special number 3 is Spinfany, a thrilling melody that somehow spins enemies around where they stand. And down special number 3 is Wakey Wakey, a short yet peaceful nap. Oh, and you explode when you wake up. Not so peaceful, I guess. Wonderful writing there. Wonderful writing. Now we're going to try it. The rollout takes a little while to charge, but extremely, kind of powerful. Not super powerful, but you know, it's whatever. And apparently, if you're not charged enough, it won't do as much damage. Side special is this pound that hits multiple times. That is much better than her previous one. New down special is you take a nap and then explode. But it blows people away when you're... What? How are you even supposed to hit anyone with this? Hold on, hold on. There we go. Okay, so that's not the best, but you do a small amount of damage, and you also spin people around. Not bad at all, I guess. Jigglypuffs were pretty interesting, I would say. Now we're gonna try Greninja. Greninja. Alright, number 2 for standard special is Stagnant Shuriken. Fires a water shuriken that hovers in place wherever it is created. Side special number 2 is Shadow Strike, a slower and more powerful form of Shadow Sneak that delivers a truly decisive blow. Up special number 2 is High Capacity Pump. Fires 2 jets for a bigger boost, slower than Hydro Pump but easier to control. And number 2 for the down special is Exploding Attack. Vanish momentarily and then reappear with a powerful explosion. Not a counterattack. Not a counterattack. Alright, so we have the Stagnant Shuriken, which actually doesn't Shuriken, which doesn't move, but it will sit in place and do multiple damage like that. Just minor knockback. This move, I believe, is slower but more powerful. We have the new down special, which you will go invincible for a little bit because you go invisible. But then you also reappear and cause a... It's not a counter though. You reappear, cause an explosion, and then just dip. And this move is a little more powerful, I believe. Doesn't do any damage, but it goes farther? Maybe? I don't use a lot of... Let's see what that did. Was it... Yeah, it was fire 2 jets for a bigger boost, slower than Hydro Pump, easier to control. Okay. Standard special number 3 is Shifting Shuriken. Fire 2 different types of Shuriken depending on whether you tap the button or hold it. Side special number 3 is Shadow Dash. Instantly warp a set distance. Less flexible than the standard Shadow Sneak, but more speedy. Up special number 3 is Single Shot Pumps. Rockets skyward with a single short blast. Travels high, but you can't change direction. Down special number 3 is Substitute Ambush. Evade an enemy attack with a substitute, then launch a slow but extra powerful counter. Now, this one instantly goes a set distance, so you cannot control it. It will always go a set distance. So if you're good with like set distances and stuff, then you can do that. But if you're used to like the nonsense where it's like kapow, kapam, and you're instantly like ready to choose where you're going. Anyway, this Shuriken, if you tap it, now this is what I don't get, because if you tap it, it sends out this slow and small one. But if you hold it for just a second longer, it sends out a much faster one. And I believe they do about the same damage. Yeah, they do the same damage. This one goes through people. This one will hit people. This one has a lot more knockback, though. That could be the difference. The up special now, much more powerful. Goes pretty high, but you only get one. And you can't control where you go. Now, the down special, I can't test on Sandbag, but it would normally counter very powerfully. Trust me. Just trust me on that one. Now, we have the one and only Duck Hunt Dog, the famous Duck Hunt Dog. Neutral special number 2 is high explosive shot. Kick a can in the air more quickly, explodes as soon as you shoot it. Side special number 2 is rising clay. Toss a clay pigeon that can't be shot. The farther it goes, the more damage it hurts. Up special number 2 is duck jump snag. The duck flies and the dog bites nearby fighters. You can't fly for long, though. And the down special number 2 is quick draw aces. Call one of 5 gunmen. They fire more quickly, but their shots don't travel very far. Now, this neutral special is one cannon and it explodes. So you get one button press, which is much easier than the one that's like bam, 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 bam. Because then you never know when it's going to explode. This one's easy peasy, bam. The up special, actually, if you look closely, it doesn't really look like he's biting. There's just a little bit of damage effects underneath his mouth. But it still does a decent amount of damage, but doesn't go as high. The gunman is much quicker. And the side special, the clay pigeon, does do more damage. You can't shoot at it with B. And it does do more damage the farther it goes. However, it goes upward. So if you're trying to hit from a distance, you gotta plan it right, you know? You gotta plan it. It's all about that planning. Number 3, zigzag shot for standard special is kick a can that moves back and forth as you shoot it. The shot knocks through the air. Number 3 for this is clay break. Toss a clay pigeon that's harder to shoot, but the shots deal more damage. Number 3 for the up special is super duck jump. Fly high into the air, causing a gust of wind that pushes opponents aside. And number 3 for the down special is mega gunman. Call a bigger but slower gunman with the high defense to aid you. Now it goes back and forth. And if you hit... Hold on, I'm trying to hit him. If you get it right like this... No, that's not what I meant. Like this. Hold on. Like this. You can keep bouncing off the opponent. Obviously, they're not going to sit still like Sandbag, but you can get, if you get that timed right... the new clay pigeon is harder to shoot at, but does a lot more damage. The down special is Mega Gunman, which I just shot in the wrong direction. But he takes a much longer time to shoot. Side special we just saw, the neutral special we just saw. What's left? The up special, which actually blows people away rather than doing damage. They really like the gusting in this game. And that was his third set of moves. We are now going to try R.O.B's third set of moves. R.O.B is extremely interesting because he has a large amount of bones in his structure. If you look closely, he has a lot of neat things in this game. His special for standard special number 2 is wide angle beam, a robo beam that can be fired at a wider range of angles but doesn't do quite as much damage. Side special number 2 is reflector arm, a longer arm spin that makes it easier to reflect projectiles. No forward movement. Up special number 2 is quickly sends you high into the air, unable to hover like Robo Burner called Robo Rocket. And number 2, down special is Fire Gyro, fires a flaming top, deals more damage, but doesn't travel as far. Now this would normally reflect projectiles. It also does damage, has a decent amount of knockback, doesn't really do a ton of damage, but the animation looks cool. There's that move that I guess can be shot at a wider range of angles. Does a lot of damage up close. And then the down special is the flaming top. Which is actually just a flaming top. Not much more to it than that. And then, of course, the up special stays on fire for a long time, apparently. You get some sweet combos against the wall with this stuff. And then the up special is just kabam. No afterburner. You get no bonus effects here. But it also doesn't need to recharge. So, now we are going to do his third set as the final... Oh, didn't mean to do that. Third set as the final set of this explanatory one. Number 3 for neutral specials, Infinite Robo Beam. Never runs out of charge, but isn't as strong as a standard Robo Beam. Number 3 for side specials, Backward Arm Rotor. Spin opponents around while knocking them away. Its slow start leaves you open to attacks. Number 3 for up specials, High Speed Burner. You can fly around faster, but it burns through your fuel more quickly. And down special number 3 is Slip Gyro. Fires a slippery top that slides across the ground instead of bouncing. Now it does slip across the ground, which is pretty neat. It looks like it has like a spinning effect, which I really like. I mean, obviously it already had the spinning effect, but... the side special is a little bit faster, a little bit harder hitting. Down special we just saw. The neutral special never runs out of charge, apparently. I think it does need to charge up a little bit to power up, though. Oh, you shoot like a single beam, rather. And then the up special, you go farther, but you won't, you run out of charge much faster. But you go faster, I believe. Now, that was the 4th row. The next episode is going to probably be this entire set of characters from Ness all the way down to Sonic. It's going to be a long, long episode. But the Mii fighters will actually be on their own just because they have a lot more customization to go over. So they're going to have their own little special. And then I will also go over the trophies from the Power Saves update. They didn't add all the trophies, though. They added a lot, but not all of the trophies. So we're going to wait for more trophies, maybe. If not, then we'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching the video, guys. If this helped, leave a comment or a like below. And check out my newest video, which was from yesterday. Pick my starter for my Y randomizer. And that's all I have for today, so I will see you guys later.